Hello and welcome. Why am I echoing? Am I echoing now? No. What is that thing? Okay. That's ironic, and you'll learn why in a moment. So, welcome to Unapologetically Yours. I am your host, Melinda Dawn, and today's topic was user error. So, I just had some error in my usery. So, user error is likely the first reason something is not operating correctly. It's you. You're the problem. And that means it's me. But I'm not the problem, I'm the solution. I definitely am a solution oriented person, and certain types of people love that. Um, Certain types of people don't love that. Husbands often don't love that unless they're trying to solve things, or get the support of their spouse to solve things. Solving is my go to, default mode? Um, yeah. And so I, though, have stopped offering, my services of, what's it called? Unsolicited advice. uh, it was costing me. It was costing me, I'm sure, connection, with people when sometimes people do want to vent. And I can be that person sometimes, depending on the topic. I, though, am striving towards a different future. And so some topics are just outside of where I want, um, or way outside where I want to. um, for those of you listening, I was moving a chair, but then there's like these marks on the wall behind the chair. What in the world? Anyway. Okay, so where was I? I I am an empath. However, I don't have to absorb all of the things, other people's things. There is this really cool zip up method. You can zip yourself up from the front, so basically from your crotch, zoop, right? You zip. You can throw away the key, you can put it in your heart. And then from behind, back there, all the way down, pull it up. Whoop. Okay, zip up. I would recommend zipping up from behind and the front and make it a daily practice, um, to protect yourself energetically. Okay? You are very powerful and you have everything you need inside of you. This is what I tell, um, people. So I tell, yeah, your body can produce in its own entire pharmacology for your healing and for your health. Science is proving the importance of talking to your body, praising your body. I talk to my brain, I talk to my heart, I ask them to be linked. User error. So I have a podcast issue, user error, and that is that when I post and publish my video Spotify episodes, it automatically dumps them as audio to all the other platforms, including YouTube. So, what I've been doing is uploading the video into YouTube and then making the ones that get released through that RSS system as unlisted. So they can't be seen or heard. But, so like there's this whole podcast section for me, unapologetically yours .me or .melinda. I've got a couple different handles. So on IG, I know it's unapologetically yours.me. And I wonder, in risk of switching screens. I'm gonna do it anyway. Unapologetically yours. I'm looking up what my channel says. Your channel. Unapologetically yours. Melinda. Woohoo! I've got 14 subscribers. That's hilarious. And all right, interesting. All right. So anyway, some of these are not like showing, and I'm confused, and it's me. You know, I'm the problem. And then, you know, whatever. So let's see. We've got 19 views, 10 views, no views. So far 19 is the biggest. 24 views. Woohoo! Double twos. Let's see. 38. 38 views. Morning musings at the beach. That was a good one. Let's see. But I need help with 94 views. Okay. Own your magnificence. That's when I first wore a crown. Y'all. Oh, get out of here. 917 views. Oh, that's so exciting. Wow. Three digits in the 900s. Aw. Yay. That's cool. Now, here's another thing, though. What I've learned when you look at the analytics and stuff like that is that view, you know, could have been like 11 seconds or 3 seconds. So, anyway. Okay, so the user error. Somehow that's just still not working. So I want to talk to someone at YouTube. And I want to talk to a person. I am a human connector. And I want to connect with humans. So, is there a way to contact them by phone to get support? Or any of you out there, brilliant techie people, can teach me how to do it? Because then it's like, okay, so with the views, I mean, you know, 13 views is not a lot on a particular one, but it's like, it's something, right? That looks better. But guess what? I'm not gonna focus so much on that anymore. Okay. User error. I like music. I like beats. I like bass. All right, user error. User error means that you can try again. It just means change your approach, right? It means like stop, maybe consider, think. It could mean look at the directions, right? Some of us are so smart that we're not so smart. You ever met a really smart dumb person? Or is it a really dumb smart person? That's what it is. A really dumb smart person. That's not the kindest probably phrasing, either of those, but yeah, user error means the thing, the device, perhaps, because you don't know, it still could be broken, it could be user error and the thing or the system, but yeah, chances are the positive approach is that you can just change your method, right? And yeah, I don't know. That's what it is. I'm so distracted because y'all, I can see the frame and I could see that it's uneven, and part of that is because I have a box lifting the computer up, but the box is empty, which means it's not getting the same, you know, it's not giving me full. No, I'm putting Lego pieces underneath here to see if that could help. Oh, actually that looks better. All right, but it still might be wonky. User error, it's fine. I have been building some amazing, great habits. And this morning I realized there are a number of them that I've wanted to be doing that I haven't been doing. And I'm reading a text message. I invited a friend to Toastmasters meeting, but it is not currently in her wheelhouse. So I will guess what I will not be doing. I will not be trying to convince her. I will not be, trying to drag her. I can't want something more for someone than they want for themselves. I will not. I will not. I will not. I will not. Okay. All of these tones and beeps are like emails and different things like that. User error for me has been not implementing the things that I would like to do. So, non-negotiables, establishing them can help. Like, no matter what in my business, I'm going to XYZ, or no matter what in my parenting, I'm going to XYZ, right? I found myself making a very large and long list. And in the past, my list maker was off, so I was instructed by my therapist not to make lists. Ultimately, my to-do list was beyond the scope of possibility. Maybe I thought in my optimism to put it all down, but there was a piece of me, a part of me at the time that the inner critic, which is definitely falls under user error, that inner critic was looking for ways to sabotage. The inner critic was looking for ways to judge, to criticize, to mercilessly critique, to find proof of my failings or failure, to muse over the fact that I didn't get everything done or didn't get much accomplished. In your list making, what I would recommend, they have priorities like on emails, right? You can list it as high, medium, low priority. In business, corporate America, those kinds of things exist. The same with us, what is more important, picking your child up from school or washing the dishes? Is there a monetary value to one of your line items, one of your actionable items? Is it bringing you money or not? Is it bringing you peace or not? If by not doing it, you will not have peace, for some people that's doing the dishes, sometimes because of childhood trauma, so I want to especially say how important that is when it comes to making a pro-con list, because I made a pro-con list when I was dating a male, and I say that a lot just so you know what I mean. When I go to say a male, it's because I don't identify that male individual as a respect-worthy man. All right, so my definition of a man is different. It's not just because you got that thing, right? Your parts, your male parts. It's more, do you have valor? Are you respect-worthy? Are you respectful? Are you honest? Do you have integrity? Do you open doors? Do you I just went through a whole bunch of things in my brain. Do you love your family? Do you provide for, support your family? Do you love your wife? Do you cherish her? Do you cherish your children? Are you a person who, does well at work, gives your all, does your best? To me, those are things that describe a man. A male person who is married would, while walking in the mall with his wife and children in tow, be looking at other women. That's what a male does. A man who respects his marriage and wife and family does not look in that way. I mean, obviously you see people, but I'm talking about, and ladies, you've been walking in the mall or wherever. It's been forever since I've been in the mall, but walking anywhere you are, right? And the man will break his neck looking at you. It's rude and wrong and disgusting and absolutely does not go under the category of man for me. That is just pure primal male. Root chakra, base, sex. He's not elevated. He's not intellectual. I mean, he could be intellectual technically, but he ain't up here, right? He's not cerebral. He is, just straight up animalistic. No, thank you. No. So, male. All right. So, my user error pro con list with that guy. And I think I've done this a couple times. And so there was a pro list, right? And I tried to fill that thing all the way up, and I did. I found things. He's a good friend to his friends. I don't even remember what the pros were. But on the con list, which was not weighted properly, was not prioritized properly, was his abuse of me, his physical abuse of me. And that should have weighed the whole damn paper down. Do you know what I mean? It should have erased any positive. But the con side was maybe 7 long, and the pro side, let's call it 24 long. 24-1, because it wasn't weighed properly. That was my user error. And I'm sharing this so that you can reconsider your pro-con list, especially when it comes to dating. Especially when it comes to making huge decisions, lifestyle changes, job changes. Another great thing that works is writing out a list. And I've shared this before. I would take that new job, but, and just keep writing that out and write out the answer, right? Yeah. All right. So, user error. What else? I got some user error in my sleep. Someone just texted our tree service business line. No, thank you. Alrighty. Book in for a chat to see if your company qualifies. You don't qualify. All right. Yeah. All right. I couldn't find my white and black bold glasses. That's what I wanted to wear. Maybe I'll find it a little bit later. But the blue pops. It's nice. I'm tired. I'm so tired. And that was the other user error. Because I've been stuffed up for a couple days, I've been having to breathe out of my mouth, and I think I'm sounding a little whiny and I apologize. That is not a line. You know what it is? It's my posture. I sunk myself down. I sunk myself down, visually to not have the. That is exactly what happens, y'all. Okay. So user error, look at that. But you can fix it. That's the beauty of the user error situation. Let me see. Oh, look at that. Okay. All right. So user error, you can fix it because you're the user. You can move. You can change your physiology, and get right. You can lift your chin, man. Just lifting your chin sometimes, like half an inch, is everything that you need for your being. Um, so now that I've sat up, I can't quite recall the brilliance that I was about to bring you. Ah, I have a friend who's having surgery today, and I'm wishing her well. I am expecting that everything is going to go well. I have a friend whose mother has cancer, and they discovered another area of cancer, and that's scary. I have a former friend that I was thinking about the other night when Jacob and I did that meditation together. The Ho'oponopono song came on, and I thought of her. I've talked about the situation, and it was one of my episodes about friendships. Maybe it was like friendships come and go on that episode. But I sent her the Ho'oponopono song as well as another song, which I think it's called The Power Is Now. Let me find it. My little cousin's getting married in Cabo. Woo woo. That's exciting. All right, let's see. Will we be able to do tomorrow for the first appointment, or I have to wait for her to reach out to me? Question mark. All right, I might as well send text messages so I don't forget. All right. Where is this lady? Here we go. Alexia Chelun or Chelun? Chelun. The Power Is Here Now. Oh, such a good song. I wish I could play it, but I don't have the rights, so I shan't. All right. So I sent those two songs to see, to plant a seed. And I don't know whether or not it will be not reciprocated but received well. I could have also been blocked, quite frankly, which is fine. But I release it. I did my part on my side. I'm still the facial expressions that you may have seen if you're watching this on YouTube or Spotify. I was going through the situation, the scenario of what happened, and I don't know that I would change my words or my actions, right? And I don't paint either of us as the victim or the villain. It definitely had something to do with values, and a different, I don't know, definition or approach or view to values. Might be a good way to put it. And I can admit that there was a bit of user error. And I could say, even on my part, I can say that I spoke from a place of deep pain from life experience. And the user error is when you know your audience, you know, you don't necessarily have an obligation, but you have an opportunity to, one, meet them where they're at, understand who they are, and, you know, sometimes if you're going a particular route, there can be a course correction. You know, you can pause. So I leaned in. I did not course correct. I went full steam ahead. I'm thinking through this, y'all. Like, so you probably see like my eyes kind of like going in my head a little bit back and forth. I don't know if regret or remorse is like attempting to filter in. Things are, sometimes it's life and death stakes, right? And ironically, that is an appropriate phrasing, life and death. But also not just literally, emotionally, spiritually, energetically, and sometimes when you get beat up all the time, right, from every angle, you might, when the next person seems to come for you, you might lash out. You might defend yourself, right? When that person doesn't have the intent. But impact really is important. It is vital to consider your impact. Not that you didn't mean to, but that you did. You didn't mean to hurt somebody, but you did. And when you didn't mean to, the other question is, well, did you mean to care? Did you mean to support? Did you mean to do the opposite? You know? Just thinking about kind of the different scenarios where that kind of plays in. Well, I had to tell you the truth. Well, you need to know the truth. Do I? By you? Is it your truth? Is it the entire truth? Is it my truth? Because maybe I am living in a Delulu land, a Delulu world of manifestation and love, and everything works in my favor. And maybe I need to be right there. Maybe that is the thing that is me. You know? Many times people's realism is truly just pessimism masked as their false god of reality, because your thoughts create reality. User error. Sometimes there's some user error. Do you see how I did that? But you can course correct. Y'all, I have loved that woman for decades. And I still do. And there is part of me when I'm weighing the list, if you will, you know, on one side, from my perspective, which could be a failed perspective, an incorrect, invalid, whatever. There was a toe stubbed, you know, and on the other side, and really, I say that, but thinking about the topic, it's not fair to her. Um, it was a heavy topic, but comparatively, it's like a toe stub and something far more sinister on the other side. Could be wrong. She may feel the exact opposite way. You know, it's interesting. There is a woman that I also care for a lot. We are very similar, and which means we love deeply. We care. We care for the underdog. We root for the underdog. We want to protect children. You know, we want justice. But her idea of who the underdog is wildly oppositional to who I look at as the underdog. And we're not talking sports here, we're talking humanity, which was also the moral topic of the woman that I've loved for decades. I heart her, and it's okay. I think the error that I'm being given right now, like as a download, sometimes the knowing your audience is about understanding what their capacity is. Like, I talk about this a lot, and it's no offense when I say, you know, someone can be a shot glass or a wine glass or, you know, a pitcher or an ocean, right? Thinking about people with disabilities, mental clarity, or cognition skills, right? You don't necessarily burden that person with information, even though it's true and even though you're doing it out of love. Sometimes it's selfish just to say the thing because you're just so sick and tired of being sick and tired. And if one more person, bleh, you know? And in part, I believe that's what happened with me. It was one more sweet person, and there was a word in my head that I couldn't say out loud just then, which was innocent. I don't necessarily know that she was innocent. Really, the word is naive. There's a lot of naivete. And sometimes it's challenging to always feel the burden of being on your P's and Q's and being perfect, doing everything right, and fewer people hold themselves to that standard, you know? It's a burden. And the user error is continuing to carry that burden. So I release those burdens. Although, you know, one burden that I do want to have is that of love. It is. So Hmm. But love doesn't have to be heavy. Love can be light. Love is pure. Love is kind. Love is thoughtful. Love is selfless. Love is big. Love is sweet. Love is enduring. Love is everything. So, user error, course correction, thoughtful intentionality, authentic intentionality. I hope this has helped you. As you know, I give with my whole heart so others can show up as their true selves, loved without limits. And what if being unapologetically me is exactly what sets someone else free? I hope it will set you free. And I hope that you will join me again. And I hope if I push this button, it will stop this recording.